By prayer, we rise in the spirit and begin to collide with settled words. I didn't get what I'm saying. Prayer is the tool by which we rise in the spirit to the place where words have been settled. So, for you to settle things on earth, you must receive settled words. And guess what? The idea is that you return and settle your world. That's the idea. That's God's structure. We rise in the spirit, collide with settled words in heaven, return to earth, and by decrees and declarations of the settled words we have encountered, things are settled on the earth. So if there's a storm in your life, Jesus was sleeping. I know if you ask Jesus when we get to heaven, where were you? He was in the company of settled words. And when he woke up out of the storm, all he could say was, Father, help us calm this storm. No, sir. Peace, be still. That's the order. How words get settled on earth is by the man who has received settled words. That's how we settle stuff. We look into the storm, the eye of the storm, and we speak into those words, into the storms. The problem many times is that we are speaking out of the reception of settled words. So where I can declare favor and it doesn't work because the favor I declared is not settled in me. So we need to pray. Supplication is that weapon that crystallizes revelation upon our hearts. Supplication. It makes revelation solid on your heart, like a shield of faith. And upon the settlement of revelation in your spirit, you will say to the mountain, be thou cast, and be thou removed. You will not doubt in your heart, and you shall have whatsoever you say. This is how ministers should. If not, if you don't learn this weapon, you will discover that you are a failing minister, or a minister indeed, but there will be many shame or much shame around focal points of your life because you have not been trained on how to settle your world. You must be trained on how to settle your world as a minister. Although that's not where I'm going, I just needed to say that. Many of the testimonies that you will receive will be products of your direct engagement with your wars. Not God's intervention, as it were. Your direct engagement with your battles. I know you want God to intervene. Many times he will not. Because your wars are yours to feast on. What did I say? Your wars are yours to feast on. Those are your testimonies. Our testimonies as ministers are that by the hands of your apostles, by their mouths, demons were cast out. Sicknesses were healed. Tormenting devils were roasted. And that's the order of the test. And the 70 returned with great joy, saying, by our words, demons cried, just like you, Jesus. That's the testimony of ministers. That's the testimony of ministers. God's order is not that every time and every season he will intervene by a supernatural means. Even if he intervenes, it's because you provoked it. Didn't get it. If he intervenes, let it be because you gave him the materials for his intervention. Let it be because you spoke. The Bible says, and when the clouds be full, they empty themselves upon the earth. Many of us, the reason why things are not dropping is because the clouds of our spirit man And the clouds of our spiritual life are not full with the things we are trusting God for, because we have said so little that the clouds are dispersed. You need to speak into the atmosphere. Speak, 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 speak until it is full of what you have spoken, and it drops. There's what we call in geography dew point. The point at which when one more drop causes the release. Where one more word of favor causes the altar of shame to be broken, causes the veil to shatter. One more word, one more utterance. So we keep speaking. We're speaking people. Where we settle the word on the earth by our utterances, by our declarations, by our confessions.